Hey everyone, welcome to another reselling vlog. I'm Andi, and in case you're new here, I'm a vintage home decor reseller, and I sell primarily on Etsy and direct on Instagram. So we have a lot of fun things to cover today. I'm gonna tell you what sold this week in my Etsy shop. Then we're gonna clean some brass because I get asked all the time how I clean my brass. I'm gonna show you my exact process and all the products that I use. We're gonna make some brass candle sets for my Etsy shop. We're getting into wedding season, and this is one of my best selling things in my shop. And then you stick around to the end, I'm gonna do a haul with you because I am prepping for a market and my first antique booth, and so I have been on the hunt sourcing new stuff like crazy, and I have so many things to show you. So let's get started on the day. Okay, so let's talk about what sold the last few days. So this beautiful dog needlepoint sold to someone local. I love when I don't have to ship something. It has a little bit of wear that I'm not sure if I showed you guys when I showcased it in my haul video, but I gave her a deal on it, so this sold for $26. And this lovely copper tray I just got sold to someone who is a collector, so thank you, because I think they view my channel, so appreciate you. And then this sold recently, and then I'm going to pop the information on the screen on how much each one sold for. I was really excited this sold. I thought it was just so cute when I found it because of the handles. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you that sold recently was this beautiful painting that I picked up. It has this interesting like shine quality to the finish of the painting, and it's artist signed. It's just beautiful, and I fell in love with the frame when I saw it. So yeah, can't wait to get these off to their new homes. So you're probably wondering why everything looks so crazy in my studio, and that's because I am prepping for the market next month in April, and then I'm also getting things organized for the booth space I might be getting. And today I'm going to do my candle sets because I finally have enough to probably make 2 sets of like 6 or 7, which is usually what I sell them in sets of. And I got these from my reselling friends. They had a whole bunch, and I have not been finding them lately as much as I usually do. And so they said, just come on over and get them. So I'm going to be staging those with all my fun candles, which I love to do. And I can't wait to show you my candle drawer. So many of you have seen this, but in case you're new to the channel, here's my beloved candle drawer. And I will be using these to stage my candlestick collections. And so I usually like to do like the blues, and especially like incorporate the twisties, because the blue, anytime I do a set with blue, it seems to sell faster. Although because I'm listing 2 sets, I don't want to have 2 blue sets on the screen because I want people to be able to kind of differentiate between the two when they're shopping. So I may do, I really want to use these at some point, but maybe I'll do like a pastel-y pink one because of Easter coming up. So I don't know. I gotta try it out, but I love having to play with all my candles. So I'm also planning to make a bunch of book sets for my show coming up. I love styling with books, and I love color coding books, and so I thought I'd make a few bundles. I got all of these at an estate sale for like $1 a piece. I also got this deck at that estate sale for $1 a piece. So really like this one because I love neutral books. They just are so versatile in staging, but a lot of pretty blues and greens and a few different red ones. So yeah, interested in seeing how the book bundles do when I take them to the show. So I realized that before I get started making the sets, I probably should clean up some of the more dingy ones because I want them to match kind of the shinier ones in the sets. So like these, I mean, they're just like filthy, not just like patina. They're also just really gross. Then I also need to get a bunch of candle wax out, which you guys tell me I just have to pop them in the oven. And that's all I have to do. So we're going to give that a try. So it seems to have worked. Look at all that wax that has melted off. So now I need to get them out safely and wipe them down. But crazy how it worked. I set the oven at 200 and then just took out the top rack and put them on the cookie sheet that I don't plan to cook with. So that's the other thing. You make sure you use an old cookie sheet. Otherwise, you'll get wax residue and it's old and gross, and you don't want that. So now that the wax is gone, I'm ready to clean. So I use a combination of this brand, Bon Ami, and white vinegar. So this product is really, really good. It's all natural, it's non-toxic, and it's abrasive without being too harsh. So it's way, way better than Barkeeper's Friend, better for the planet, better for you, better for your pieces. They won't scratch. So I highly recommend this over Barkeeper's Friend, although they're both like a white powder abrasive and then white vinegar. So these two together will end up shining this up. So I can't wait to show you guys how it turns out. Here is the beautiful after. It's so shiny now, so shiny. It actually doesn't take a ton of product, We just have to mix them together, and I usually just rub it with my hand all over, but obviously wearing gloves. But to kind of show you where we were, here's kind of the before, and you can see how much nicer the finish is. And then this finish will start to patina just being in the air now. So that's just kind of the nice thing. Just because you take away the patina doesn't mean that it will never be back. Brass ages on its own in the air, so in a few months this is going to be a lovely, more golden color. So I'm not sure what the best way would be to film this portion of the video where I'm showing you kind of how I make my sets. Again, maybe this is like okay. You can see it, right? I'm looking at the viewfinder. Anyways, okay, we're going to try it, but I have all of these candles that I have shined up. Some of them I've shined up recently, others I've kind of left the patina on if the patina was good. But I have tons of different sizes, as you guys can see. And so the key to making these sets is just to make sure that you are creating a set that has varying heights, because that's what people want. They like something that is small combined with something that is also tall, because then it just like gives a very dramatic layered look whenever you're building a centerpiece with all these brass candlestick holders. So the first thing I do is organize them by size, and then I start building my groups. So here are the final sets, and you can see each one has like a bunch of different varying heights. Each one has like some small ones, some tall ones, and all sorts of different shapes. So they really come together when I add all the candles. We're back in my candle drawer, and I think I'm going to do like a set of pastels and a set of blues. So I need to go through, kind of pull out my blues. And I have some blues right here too. So I got to pull out a bunch of different blues to see what I want to use. Then I have back here, kind of some turquoises. I'm going to bring out the turquoises, and then I'll do some pastels next. But I'll start with the blues. So here's how the blue set turned out. So I just stagger them a little bit, and then I make sure that there's different heights in the candles, because like this guy, he's pretty short. But the candle holders are tall, so he's paired with this one that has a tall candle, but it's shorter. And then I make sure like the colors make sense, that the turquoise ones, you know, are intermingled between the blue ones, so there's not too much of one color on kind of one side. And yeah, different shapes. Swirls are my favorite, so I always have to have at least 2 swirls. So now we're going to do the pastels. Because it's Easter coming up, I'm going to probably focus on this bin of pastels here. And then I have some back here, some oranges, and look at that like swirl candle. That is insane. I have these little swirls that I absolutely love. I don't know if I want to bring in the lime. May have to bring in the lime green because, oh, sorry. That's probably really loud. Ooh, and I forgot I had this really pretty sweet blue. I wasn't going to use blue, but look at that together. Okay, so we just got to have a play and see what we come up with. So this is how the pastels turned out, and I actually just lit them because they almost all were new, and then I lit this guy was lit a second ago, because I usually like to have the black tips in the photo, especially since I'm photographing against a white wall. Actually, yeah, this is where I photograph. All my product is this like old IKEA white dresser that I had from years ago. It just stores my candles and all my equipment for filming. And it's just like the perfect surface to photograph on. So this is where they will get photographed against, and all my product gets photographed here. Lots of furniture, but yeah, oh, look at the pretty pastels. Now I don't want to sell them. I will sell them, but oh, this is when hoarding candles really pays off. So when you're dealing with vintage candles, not all of them will be like a good fit. Like, see how this guy wiggles? So if this is like in real life and you're going to keep it, you can always like melt a little bit of this wax, drip it in, and set it, and then it will stay. But for photographing, what I usually do is in my drawer, I have little pieces of paper. This is not glamorous, but I just take little pieces of paper or even tinfoil, and I just make them into these little bunches, and then I just squish them behind the candle, and that usually helps keep it in position. So not super glamorous, but definitely a hack that keeps your candles from like looking like this in your pictures. So I have these organizers linked to my Amazon shop, which you can find in my description box below. But I really do like them. They actually can like nest inside each other, but because I like to fill them to the top, I usually like actually stack them like crisscross like this, rather than stack them like this, because they don't go in well. See how they go in, but you lose a lot of space on top, because like see how these are like sticking out like this. So when you do it this way, you tend to get a little bit more real estate in the container. So anyways, I do really like them. I like that they're clear and stackable, and I'm able to see all my colors when I open up my drawer. So welcome to the haul portion of this video. I have so many things to show you. You guys, I have been sourcing up a storm. It's been crazy. I've been hitting up estate sales, which I don't usually have time for. And I've been doing those like a mad woman, just because that's really one of the fastest way to accumulate inventory cheaply is just to go into a home that has just everything you want to buy. And so I've been doing estate sales. It's not a lot of work because you just have to get there so far in advance. And I'm not a person who wants to wake up early and do it, but I am desperate for inventory. It's been very hard to pick at the thrift stores around here. It's been very competitive. So I have a lot of great stuff to show you. Some of it will be going to the market that I'm doing. Some of it will be going to my booth that I'm gonna have, maybe starting in April. And then of course, a bunch of stuff that's gonna go on Etsy. Okay, so let's jump into the haul. Now, the first thing I'm gonna show you is some estate sale finds that I got. So I got this very cool Brutalist candle holder. It is absolutely filthy. I'm gonna have to clean this up. I thought it was phenomenal. It was only $5. It has the Made in Spain sticker on the bottom. And yeah, it's just very cool. Brutalist stuff is really popular right now, especially for people that like minimalist decor because they don't like a lot of pieces in their design style, but they do like pieces with weight because it fills up the space without having a lot of items in the space. So this is one of those really great sculptural pieces that you'll see in those types of interiors. So I think it's great, and it was $5, so I had to get it. So another estate sale find is this 3-legged stool. Actually, no, it's actually 4 legs, but this leg is loose. And because this leg is loose, she said, you can have it for $3. I'm like, shoot, I can glue that leg back on. So this I will probably sell on Etsy because, stools. You know me and stools. They just do really well there, and this one will be easy to ship. But I just love the little legs, and it's super chunky and in great condition. I mean, look at that. There's like hardly any wear on it. So for $3, I was like, yes, this is coming home. So I've been picking up a lot of mugs at estate sales because I have not found any at the thrift stores lately, like studio pottery mugs. So I got this really cute blue one with like the hearts. This was $4. And then I got this one I thought was adorable. I love the checkered mauve pattern. This was $4. And then I got this kind of weird one. This was on a half off day. It's a fish. The handle is kind of like chunky. I wouldn't say it's particularly comfortable in the hand, but it is cute. So not every mug is meant to be used. Sometimes it's just meant to look cute. So I feel like this is that type of mug. But for $2, I thought I would, get it because mugs in like a antique booth setting usually sell. And so in the shop that I'm in right now, Tiny Brambles, mugs sell for like $18 or more a piece. So when you even like $4, you're like, Andy, $4 is a lot to spend on sourcing a mug. But if it sells for $18, that's a pretty good margin. Okay, so and here's one more mug that I got. And this one I actually did get at Value Village for $3.99 with a coupon. I thought this one was very cool. I mean, look at the texture on that and the color, and it's actually very comfortable to hold because it has, that little thumb rest. So I thought this was very pretty. So this is definitely a use piece because it is just very, very much meant to be a nice experience when you're drinking your tea or coffee. So yeah, so all these mugs are gonna go to Tiny Brambles in Portland. Okay, so the next piece that I found, I nearly squealed aloud because it's been on my list to find for years, and this is my first time. Now you guys might be thinking, an organizer, exciting. Why? So if you're not familiar with these, you may not know they're actually, designer and very popular. Even though they're plastic, people want them. And wait till you see the comps that I'm gonna put on the screen. You guys are gonna be like, what? Really? So anyways, I was just amazed because it was just in this awful like room were just like mostly junk and everything was dirty, and this was like in the middle of it, and it was $1, and I was like, $1? Not only did I find one, but for $1, I was like, it was my time. It's finally my time. So anyway, so this was my most exciting thing because the flip on it's gonna be really good from $1 to, a lot more money. But yeah, I was really excited to find this, and this is gonna be available on Etsy. Okay, so you guys know me in religious stuff, so of course this haul has some religious finds in it. So I grabbed this really pretty plaque. It was $5. It's, like, not ceramic, a plaster. It has a little bit of a chip on that part, but I don't think that's essentially a game changer. Religious stuff sells really well in Tiny Brambles and kind of just sells really well overall. So this will go to that particular shop up in Portland that I'm in. And then the other thing that I got was $2, and it's this print of Jesus framed in a really pretty wood frame with like kind of the gold gilt on it. It was $2 at a rummage sale. I I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot of margin in this because it is a print, but I'm going to a market coming up and definitely bringing more old world stuff to that booth. And so I just figured, you know what? This is something that if I even mark it up to like 15 bucks, you know, there's, you know, from 2 to 15 bucks, you know, that's good enough margin in a market setting. This week I found a ton of wood pieces, and I don't usually find a lot at the thrift store, even in an estate sale, but I just showed you the stool. I have some nesting tables I'm gonna show you. I have a whole box of wood things over here. So this week I found a lot of wood decor, which is not often the case, but I showed you that wood stool a minute ago. I have some nesting tables I'm gonna show you. I found a ton of stuff at the thrift store one day. These were I feel like I might have gotten someone's collection, but these are so beautiful and soft. I mean, whoever did the finish on this, I mean, if you could feel how soft this is, you'd want it as a pillow. I really love like the brass like accent piece around where the candle goes, and I just thought they were stunning, and now I'm realizing they look like boobs. Whee! Okay, so anyways, these are now the boob candles. And now me saying that they're super soft and pillowy also makes sense because they're boob candles. Anyways, so these were $3 each, so $6 for the pair, which I thought was really great because they're very mid-century. I'm not sure if I'm gonna list these on Etsy because they'll probably go up to Tiny Brambles in Portland because mid-century stuff like this does really well there. And so if you want them, you know, message me, but they probably won't be listed down below. But anyways, I found these and I thought they were beautiful and I had to bring them home. So I also found a lot of boxes. Like I thought these were adorable and definitely handmade because they are, you can see like on the back, you know, the stamping, of course, underneath the sticker, but you can see how cute this lid is. I mean, as a tiny little place to kind of hide your jewelry, I just love it, and it just fits. Like, whoever did it was, like, definitely really skilled at carpentry. And then this one had the original, like, information in it, and it actually is, like, felt lined and beautiful, and it has, like, the brass hinges. So this was $3, this was $2. I don't know, I can't say no to a wooden box. And I know these tend to sell well because people, you know, it's just like that minimalist, like mid-century decor. Things like this, you know, they're kind of sculptural when they're like stacked together. They just have such clean lines. So anyways, I had to get them because they were in such good shape. And my favorite box I picked up out of this person's probably collection is this one with this amazing swirl. Let me see if there we go. Amazing swirl detailing. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely incredible. It's in really good shape too. Has the brass hinges, and then inside, you know, super clean. Oftentimes when you get boxes like this, it will have like maybe some felting that's like flaking away, or it actually can have like staining and stuff from something like pens or whatever someone's, you know, hidden there. But this is in really good shape. This one, oh, I really want to keep this one. I'm a girl who loves boxes. Always have, and this box, like, I have never found one like this before, but boxes have been selling well for me, so this will be for sale on my Etsy shop. So something I haven't decided if I'm going to keep or not, and when you see it, you're gonna be like, yeah, you should keep it because it's gonna look so cute in your studio, and that is a wooden bow. So this is like the hardware, which I'm not gonna take off for you guys because I'm afraid then I would lose it, but is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen? A 3D wooden bow, and it actually has a patent ID on it. So someone actually did a patent on this bow, which I thought was so neat because very rarely do you find like the patent information on, you know, a piece of decor like this. So I thought it was very cool. I mean, look at how, I mean, cute. I mean, look at how cute on my gallery wall, because you guys know, I I keep talking about I'm gonna redo my gallery wall. And sometimes I like to put unique items in a gallery wall. So, I don't think I can let this go. This may have to be for me because I mean, when do you find a wooden bow? Never, literally never. So anyways, when I saw this, I nearly shouted aloud at the thrift store and I had to bring it home. So I also bought a ton of books, as I kind of showed you guys earlier. I'm making sets with them. And so I've been sourcing books. Anytime I can find them like $1 or $2, especially like at estate sales, because at the thrift stores, they can be so expensive, like $3 or more a piece. And so I found a ton of really good ones recently. So I've been definitely stocking up on those for the market that I'm gonna be doing. The last things I'm gonna show you are some art that I got. So I actually got this from one of my reselling friends. So Brian and Heather from Restated, they're also who I got a ton of my brass candlesticks recently from. And they actually fished this out of a dumpster. So from free to me, so obviously I paid them for it. But I thought it was really beautiful. I love paintings on board like this. This will be going to the market that I'm doing. And it has like the person who did it on there, which I love, finding the original, you know, person's information. I'm like, oh, I wonder if they still live there. Probably not. But I thought it was really pretty landscape. Kind of reminded me of Europe. And of course, I can't say no to like a European landscape. So anyways, this will be for sale, but it'll be at the market coming up. So my mom has also been on the hunt for me, and because she knows to look for needle points, she found this amazing cross-stitch needlepoint horse. I love that it's round. I'm trying not to get the glare. I love that it's round in the blue. It's just an amazing shape, and the wood frame is really good. So this will be available on Etsy because this type of stuff does really well for me there. I absolutely love it. It's ready to hang. It's so pretty. So yeah, I was like, good job, Mom. Good job finding this. Okay, so sorry, my battery died, so we might be in a different orientation of my studio because unfortunately I have to move the camera position to change the battery. So anyways, back to the art. So my mom actually picked up 2 more pieces of art for me that are probably listed on Etsy first. And then if they don't sell before the show, I'll bring them to the show with me. But they are these stunning, I don't know if they're European or they're from Mexico, but they're like terracotta roof and they are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at the framing. It is very intense, and I think they were $20 each, which is crazy. And now this one is landscape, this one is portrait, which I actually really like that there was a variety. So I'll be selling them separate, but obviously they can go together. And I just thought they were so good. And I was like, well done, Mom, again. She found me some amazing original art. So the final piece of art is for me. And this is the art that inspired my gallery wall. It is this giant abstract blue art. It has tons and tons of texturing, which I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, this is like in the center here. It's very textural. I think the colors are so punchy and vibrant. I nearly lost my mind. So I actually went on the last day of an estate sale by me. It was $165. So that was the price. So there was no half off on that one. But I was just like, you know what? This is big. My entry is big. And so I needed a piece of art that would fill it up. And so this is definitely that piece. So I was just like, oh. When I found it and my mom was with me, and she's like, that is definitely worth it. You have a lot of blue in your house and you need to buy it. So, and I sent a picture to my husband. He's like, I think I like it. And I'm like, anytime he's just like, I think he likes it. I'm like, we're bringing, that's all I needed. We're bringing it home. And so yeah, I just thought it was stunning. My son actually really likes it too. I've actually brought home, I haven't actually shown you all the paintings. I have even more than this that I brought home this week. I brought home a skeleton painting. I'll pop that on the screen. I didn't have it in me to bring up a huge canvas from downstairs twice, and so I'll put that on the screen. The skeleton is not for everyone, but it was $15, and I saw it across the thrift store, and I was like, oh, I think I need that. And my son is really into like the human body and science right now, so I kind of bought it for him too because I'm like, he's gonna find this really interesting. And when he saw it, he was like, oh, Mama. And I'm like, I know, Mama did good. So anyways, I know it's not for everyone, but we have, my studio space is very girly and sweet and lovely and old world, and then the rest of my house is mid-century eclectic. And so that's why that particular skeleton painting actually can kind of look like it belongs with the rest of the art. So the last thing I'm gonna show you are these nesting tables that I got. I'm gonna have to pop some footage on the screen because there's just no way to show you on screen. You know, I hold stuff up all the time for you guys and you're probably like, that was dumb. Just pan around it and we can get the idea. So the nesting tables I have not, they're not gonna sell on Etsy because then I'd have to build a massive box and no thank you to that. But if you're local and you want them, I can always sell them to you direct, or I may be bringing them to either the market or up to Tiny Brambles. I haven't decided. So anyways, if you're interested in them, let me know. But I got them for really cheap and they're in wonderful shape. And they really remind me of my grandma because my grandma had these types of tables in her home, like her mid-century style home. And so I just like, it's gonna be hard for me to part with them because it's like having a little bit of my grandma in my studio space. So anyways, I was really excited to find that because I have been looking for furniture because I need furniture for the booth that I'm doing, or the booth, but also the market that I'm doing. And so I've been looking for that, which I usually don't shop furniture, but when I'm finding like tables and things like that, those, you know, if you get them at a good enough deal, they tend to sell really well because people can always find a spot for a little table versus like the big, huge furniture pieces, which sometimes, depending on what it is, can sit a little longer, and I do not have storage for that. So that's all I have to show you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed another like day in the life vlog where we talk about what sold, and I show you some of like the stuff that I get up to, like my candle staging and my haul. So I have some crazy haul videos coming up because I went to an estate sale that was probably the most amazing estate sale of my life. And I got over 60 items. I spent over $500 and it was insane. And I'm gonna have to do the haul in 2 parts because there's no way I can go through 60 items in one go with you. I mean, it could be an hour and a half video. You might be okay with that. I don't know if my voice can handle that. So that is gonna be coming up soon, so look out for that. I also have some tips videos planned as well. So if there's any topics that you want me to try to prioritize, you know, just let me know in the comments below. And definitely let me know what you think of my candle sets and what you think will sell better, the blue set or the pastel set. I can't wait to see which one goes first. I think the pastel set could do really well because Easter's coming up in like, by the time this video posts, Easter's coming up, so. But I don't actually sell the candles with it. So that is the one thing I totally forgot to mention to you guys, is that the candles stay with me. Shipping candles is a bit tricky because they can obviously break in transit, but also temperature changes can make candles very brittle, and especially the older ones. And in the winter months, it's a little bit safer because they don't, you know, they won't warp. In transit, but they can always break. So I don't ever ship candles because of that, because I feel like it's a little bit of a risk. Those are the type of things I sell in person, and I am actually accumulating some candles to have at the market that I'm going to. Okay, so I am just going on and on and on. So anyways, that is all I have to show you today. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below what items are your favorite. If there's anything you're interested in and I don't have it listed on Etsy, just send me a message and I usually can get it up on Etsy for you right away so you can buy it. If you're looking for more thrifting and decorating content between my haul videos here on YouTube, make sure you check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks again for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next thrifting and decorating video. Take care.